Hi, everybody. My name is Akemi Anderson, and I'm going to be talking about the bill SB 951. So, in order to know about SB 951, we have to think about the bill that came before it. So, SB 951 was a bill made to remedy a previous bill that was implemented in 2002 when California was the first state to implement paid family leave. Essentially, how this worked was everybody got 1.1% taken out of their paycheck. And then when they went on paid family leave, you got 70% of your wage. However, many low-wage workers couldn't afford time off because 70% of minimum wage or below the medium wage was just not, sustainable. So essentially what was happening was these lower wage workers were not taking their paid time off. They were just taking, paying that 1.1% off of their paycheck and essentially just funding everybody else's family leave. This new bill was made to remedy that situation. So essentially now under SB 951, those under the median wage get 90% of their wages, and then everybody who's above the median wage gets 70%. Some pros of SB 951 are obviously now more people can afford their family leave. So parents can afford to take time off to be with their children after they're born. People are able to take time off if they're caregivers to take care of disabled or elderly relatives. And before 951, many caregivers and parents were either taking out loans and maxing out their credit cards in order to afford both of their children and also, not being paid as much as they normally are. But a lot of people were also just not taking their paid time off. So women, immigrants, and people of color tend to be working at lower wages or minimum wage jobs at a higher rate than, white men or people who are born in America. So these women, immigrants, and people of color were not able to take their paid time off because, they're getting paid that 70% and they can't afford to keep being paid 70%. So they just wouldn't take it. And now under SB 951, they can't afford to take their paid time off because they're getting paid 90% of their wage instead of just 70%. Some cons of SB 951 are some people say that it's not fair, that only the people who are below the medium wage get 90%, while everybody above it gets 70% of their wage. The median wage in California is around $111,000. So the wealthier people in California are skewing these statistics just a little bit, and it's making it so people who are at that 78,000 aren't necessarily getting as much help as they would need. Another con to SB 951 is that some people say that disabled, injured, and retired workers may get less aid. I think it's about 60% at 16 weeks rather than the 70% that they were getting. However, many people have stated where this could easily be mitigated by, Social Security and also help from family members. In conclusion, SB 951 helps mostly everybody. It's helping close the gap in between those who can afford paid time off, and it's being made seem as something less of a luxury than a necessity. Thank you.